Hi, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Today we are having a look at LoopHero. This is one really mind-bending game. I don't think I've ever played something like this. It's pretty awesome. Just for the fact that it's so different from anything else I've played, I think it's worth a go. But equally, it executes what it does well, absolutely brilliantly. Off the bat, just looking at a few options, you can have your pixel fonts, or you can go for high-res fonts so you can see what's up. And they've also included dyslexia-friendly fonts, which is really cool. Thinking about accessibility is great. I'm going to leave it on pixel fonts. In the options menu, you can also, I think by default it's actually got this on, the CRT shader. You're going to leave that off. I prefer it off. And yeah, I jumped into this expecting to spend a little bit of time and then do like a half an hour intro, but I spent more than a little bit of time, as you can tell. So we're going to start a new game and we'll include the tutorial so you can see what is happening. The stars in the sky are going out one by one, but no one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there is still hope. I need to make it before it's too late. The sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed. Even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no chance of bringing it all back, there'll always be someone who's willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, without memories. Oh, that's a pretty cool intro, right? Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head is killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff up in the sky. This darkness was coming from him, and he destroyed everything around here? Just standing here won't do me any good, I guess. Right, so you got two modes. To change between the modes, you've got adventure and planning mode. Planning basically pauses the game and you can play things. And adventure mode, your dude automatically runs around this path. So pay attention to the day progress bar at the top of the screen. New enemies usually appear at the end of the day. So you can see this fills up, and when it's finished, you hear that little crow making a noise, and you get some things happening, right? Continue your journey by changing the game mode. Cool, I'm going to use space for that, as it's pretty easy. A living ball of slime. Quite a nuisance. They digest anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory and everything will go back to normal. Traveling, fighting, most other actions are done automatically. The player can't affect them directly. Cool. You see, he's fighting. I'm not doing anything. It's awesome. And it's hard to fight with your bare hands. I think there's an undigested weapon in the remains of that thing. Cool. So we've got equipment. You can see some of these boxes are grayed out. There's different classes that you get later in the game that use different sets of equipment. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you unlock some of these like cracked ones later for everyone. I don't know. Anyway, we can put a weapon out. I think I remember there was a grave nearby. Are these even my memories, or do they belong to that slime? So you can see here, I think he said grove, not grave, actually. When you defeat enemies, sometimes you get some cards. You can see this grove, a gentle rustle of leaves, a crack of a dry branch, and a feeling of being watched. Spawns a rat wolf every 2 days. Rat wolves can move to adjacent tiles. So what you can do is you're kind of earning these memories and building the world as you go, right? So now I've added something to the path that I'm running around on. And the day dawned, and look, we've got a rat wolf. Cool, and we killed him. Forest rat wolf. I was right. Some emotional stress, a few vivid images, and a bit of adrenaline, and I'll forget it all like a bad dream. I mean, I'll remember it all like a bad... Damn it! Good thing nobody heard that. Cool. So you can get new items during battle. You can get some features. You get some cards that you can do some things with. Let's just equip this new weapon. The weapons have stats, and then they affect your stats as well. So like there's damage, but then there's things like evasion, right? And you can see all the stats for your character down here, which is pretty cool. And you get something like a forest. So these things aren't on the loop that you're actually running on. They are in the surrounding area. So I can stick a forest here, and you can see it does +1 hero attack speed. Cool. And rocks do give you more HP. And if you put lots of rocks together, they affect each other. So we'll put one over there. Good. There's a mountain over there, and a forest over here. The world's almost back. The branches and stones in my backpack are a sure sign of that. Cool, some of your actions will yield resources that you'll need later on, but not right now. That shouldn't stop you from looking at them right now. So what you can see is up here in your backpack, you get things from putting those two things down. Some preserved rock and some stable wood. But we'll get to that later. You basically use it to improve your campsite. I think it's time to get some rest. The game itself is a journey on a loop path. Only you will decide when it's time for your hero to return to the camp. Either you or the fangs and claws of your enemies, of course. You can retreat almost any time, but a special animation will let you know when it's safe to do so. So basically, you can click this retreat button at any point during your loop. If you do it outside of the camp, you lose, like, I think 60% of your resources, or keep 60%, something like that. If you do it in the camp, you keep everything. So here we go. We're going to keep our 2 resources that we got, and let's retreat. Cool. It's cold and dark here. A small fire can solve both of these problems. Nice place to set up camp. Cool. So let's build something. Hey, we can build a campfire. Let's build it here. Nice. We have a campfire. Awesome. Congratulations, you've beaten this annoying troll. You can now start your first expedition or not. Do as you wish. Fair enough. Thank you very much. I just realized that my volume levels maybe are not loud enough, so I'm gonna put them up slightly. You can hear the pretty cool music and sound effects in this game. Okay, so what we can do here is you can see there's a whole build tree that you can build, all sorts of stuff that do all sorts of things. But in this tutorial, we probably won't get to build too much more. But just as an example, you could see the herbalist hut unlocks potions. So you can take potions with you, which heal you as you go along, and they unlock a different card that you can add to your deck. Field kitchen increases the campfire's healing powers. Every time you go around the loop, you get healed on the campfire, and it unlocks this blood grove card. And you need, 3 wood, 2 stone, and 1 ration, I think. Anyway, let's go on an expedition. For the moment, we don't have many options. As you play more, you'll get a bit more options here. But let's just give it a go. So here we go. This path, everything is wrong. But I remember, it looks like a completely different place, and it's empty again. Do my actions have any meaning? Like I have a choice. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, I am the worst savior of all. Let's do it. Awesome. Okay, here we go. So we killed that guy, we got a mountain. I'm going to put the mountain down over here because it gives us 5 HP. So we currently have 253. Put that down. And we still have 253 HP. I thought that was going to give us more HP. Let's see. Let me double check. Plus 5 HP for each adjacent rock or mountain. So I need to put some adjacent ones down. Then you get some meadows. These heal HP at the start of each day. We'll put some meadows up on this side. Why not? And you can see we got some rations from that. Partial ones. So you need 12 of these to actually make a whole one. And the same thing with the pebbles. You need 10 of those to make a preserved rock. Okay, let's keep going around our loop. We just got a lot of slimes to deal with here. We'll knock those out. Hey, we got a weapon. Cool. That's good. And we got a rock. So you can see now I have 253 health. I put this here, and now I've got 263, because that one gave me 5 for the adjacent mountain, and this one gave me 3 for that. I don't know why I got 10. Who knows? I would have thought that was 8, but that's okay. Oh, cool. We got a treasury. This is one of the cards in our deck. What I can do is I can put it down over here, and if I surround it, every time I put something around it, you'll get extra resources, and if you finish all of the places around it, you'll get a whole bunch of resources, which is cool. You can see we're carrying on around this loop. We got a cemetery. Aha! So this is something that we can place on our loop to make it harder. So how about we put it like right close to the beginning of the loop. So it's going to spawn a skeleton every 3 days. And you see this is the day going by, right? So it's not every loop that it's going to spawn, it's every day. Cool, we got another rock. Cool, so this is going to be building some adjacent health, so we're going to get a bit more health, which is cool. And we got a battlefield. It smells of blood and steel. Spawns a chest on the adjacent tile each loop. Enemies on the tiles around it can become ghosts when they die. Okay, so how about we put it over here? And we'll get a chest next time we come around. Cool. Hey, look at all the stuff we got. We got some armor. You can see they kind of randomize the stats. So this one's the same armor, right? But this one's got slightly better stats, so we'll stick it there. And you get these little arrows next to the description of the item stats, so you know what's better and what's worse. Hey, we got some pure damage. Cool. Nice. And there goes our little pink dude. Oh, I should probably say one thing in the options that I changed when playing this. I changed his color because later on, it gets a little bit difficult to spot him sometimes when there's hundreds of enemies all over the place. And you can change the cursor type. You can do some stuff. I've no idea what this does. Oh, cool. Highlight. Okay, so when you get later on, you can highlight what's happening. Oh, that makes sense. You can also change when things pause. I added a whole bunch of extra pauses because I found it easier in the game. And the other thing you can do is you can change the speeds. I've got this on max speed. I think by default, it starts like down here, I think. Yeah. So you can play it at a more reasonable speed. I've been playing it a little bit, so I just keep it on max speed so we can see what's happening. So things happen pretty quickly, but that's okay. Hey, we got a shield. Nice. We got 2 more rings. We got a counter, or we got regen. Let's put a counter on. So I'm going to counter 10%. 1 out of 10 hits. We also got some spiders. Why don't we put some spiders down here? There you go. They're going to spawn some spiders on the path. Nice. And we got some more meadows. We can stick them up here. One other interesting thing, if you put a meadow next to a mountain, it becomes a blooming meadow. So a normal meadow does 2 HP at the start of each day. A blooming one does 3. I mean, as if they're next to anything, they become a blooming meadow, right? You can put one next to this and it'll also be a blooming meadow. So we got back to our camp. We healed for a certain amount per day. So it says 20%. So we healed up to max, which is cool. And we got a sword, which has got worse damage. So we're not going to do anything with that. And we passed the ruins. So we got a pebble. Got some more rocks. We got a treasure chest, which we have to beat open with a stick. Nice. Hey, look at this. We got level 2. So you can see our loop level went up. So we're on level 2. And we got a spear, which is like way better than what we currently have. So it's got counter on it and it's got damage. So let's do that. And you see this, your stats add up. So this had 10% counter. That's got 9. So we've got 19% counter total. Makes sense, right? And yeah, this is definitely better too. So we'll stick that on. We'll take out some more slimes. Ah, we've got a beacon. A worthless landmark in a world with no direction. 40% movement speed within its range and 20% attack speed for all units. I assume that means me as well. So let's put that... Let's put it over here. Means so for part of that path, I'll move quicker. And I assume myself and the enemies will get 20% attack speed. So things will happen quicker. Basically, you go around the loop faster, I guess. Cool. We've got some more mountains. And that's not better, so we'll just keep this in our inventory. Hey, we've got some spiders. Man, those spiders got annihilated pretty quick. So I guess the idea of this game is that as you go around this loop, you level up your character, you get new stuff, and you make the game harder yourself. You choose, right? By putting down more things in the loop and making it more of a challenge. And I guess you got to balance the amount of challenge that you make it. Hey, we got a grove. Cool, let's stick it over here. Why not? You got to balance the amount of challenge you make, because obviously if you put too much stuff down, your guy will end up dying. And you want to get as far as you can around the loop. Got a skilly. Nice. See you later, skilly. More spiders out here. You want to get as far as you can, right? So you want to balance like what's in the loop, what you're fighting, and the level of your character. Ooh, evasion 10%. Interesting. So there's a lot of nuance to this game, and it gets pretty insane. Yeah, we'll put that on, why not? And it gets really complicated. You can imagine the loop being full would do all sorts of crazy things. Cool, we've got another mountain, and we've got a road lantern. This reduces the maximum number of spawned enemies. Okay. We'll put it over here, because skeletons can be pretty tricky. Here, we just missed that rat. Wolf. Rat wolf. Slimes must die, clearly. We've got another grove. Over there. So you see, at the moment, I'm just kind of spreading the enemies out, so I'm not going to be fighting tons of enemies at the same time, because that generally is a bad thing. Okay, now you're going to see something interesting. Look at that. That mountain turned into like a mountain range, right? So you can only have one of these on the map. Just 9 mountains altogether like that. And you can see it spawns a harpy every 2 days. So although I got like a lot of items from it and a lot of health, it does spawn some harpies. And for the 10th mountain that you create, and every 10 mountain you create, you get some goblins. And I'm going to put this here because the goblins spawn quite a lot, and when there's a lot of them in one tile, you have to fight them at the same time, and that can be bad news. And let's start working on unlocking our treasury. You see, I am kind of dying slowly, right? But we'll get there, we'll get there. We've got some more mountains. Let's see if we can get this treasure unlocked. We're nearly back around the loop, so we'll heal up. Hey, we got a better armor. Oh, that was a much better armor. Should have put that on a while ago. 195. Yeah, I'll take that. Cool. That's better defense. So also, you can kind of optimize what you're building for, right? You might want to say, hey, I want to build something with high defense. Defense basically is a pure reduction in attack. Someone attacks you for 10, you got defense of 5, you'll take 5 damage. So that's the best of my knowledge. So you can build defense, you can build for evasion, you can build for just pure attack. You can try all sorts of things. Hey, and you can try Vampirism. Vampirism is kind of fun. Let's put that on just to show you what it does. So Vampirism means I will recover 10%. You see, I hit him. Wait. Let's just slow this down a little bit so you can see what's happening. So we're gonna fight a rat wolf here. So I hit him for 24, and look, I healed myself for 2. I guess the other thing to note is if you hover over everything, everything pauses, right? So you can change this in the settings if you want, but I've also set it to pause after each battle. But you can hover that, and it'll pause. So if I press play, oh, he's gonna fight now. But once this battle is over, I'll just show you this. Glow of the beacon increases all creatures' attack speed by 20%. Nice. There we go, we got that guy. So now if I press space to carry on, and you'll see if I hover over this, it doesn't pause. I was lying to you. I've obviously messed up the settings. Never mind. Brilliant. Hey, we're going to take the slime out. You see, so like when you start, having this level of speed is perfectly appropriate. But later on, once you get used to it, you kind of probably want to increase it. Hey, we've got another symmetry. We like skeletons. So where should we put it? Put it over here. And let's have a look. We've got a lot of evasion. Evasion sounds pretty cool. Our shield is... I'm going to say that's better because that's a higher defense. And if we want to go evasion, if we do that... You know, we've got 23 evasion. That's not bad. Now we're going to fight these 2 goblins. Stop! Where did these goblins come from? I don't remember remembering you. You remembered us souls. Now give us all your things. Sire, you have no idea what's going on, right? Why don't you help me restore order in this world first? You can do everything you want when I'm done. Goblin must rob. No other order in the world. Fair enough. Guess I don't have any good objection to that. Oh wait, I do have one. How about... Yeah, I'm going to attack you. I must say, I really like the story and the kind of flavor text in this game. It's pretty cool. And it's just such a unique idea, right? It's strange how these creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means everything is actually not so bad and the world is trying to restore itself. That, or even the apocalypse, isn't enough to get rid of some pests. Hey, we got a level 4 shield. Nice. It doesn't have evasion, but it has a lot more defense. So you've got to make some decisions as you're going along about what you're going to do. Right, I'm going to increase the speed again so we can get a little bit further before we call it a day. Ooh, interesting. So we've got some armor with Vampirism on it. So it's got better max HP and Vampirism. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Cool. Some spiders. Got another mountain. We can keep working on our treasury. Slightly better damage. At 1 point. Ah, we've got an instant card. Cool. Okay, so we've got a grove, we've got a rock, and we've got oblivion. So oblivion erases any established tiles and erases monsters from the road. So like, say I don't like goblins and I didn't actually want them to spawn, I can just go boom and they're gone, right? Or I could have put that on the goblin and the goblin would disappear, but he would have respawned later. So you can do stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Let's carry on building on our treasury here. Take out some more slimes. There was a new day. You can keep hearing the new day going. The other thing you might have noticed is that as I get new items, there's actually an order to this, right? So if I don't know, if I put this down here, you see how they're moving around like an order. So they move down around like this and new items come in the top. And when these older items go out, they turn into scrap. Which is very useful in your campsite later for building things. 2 rat wolves, man. They give me a run for my money. See there? Some scrap metal. Cool. 1 more to finish our treasury. Defense 14. Interesting. I don't really care about counters. Who's going to take defense? Okay. So we've got 1 more meta. Let's finish our treasury so you can see what happens. Boom, look at that. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of treasure. I got beacons. I got cards. And this thing turned into an empty treasury. A treasury without treasure, an empty shell. A sorry sight, especially for its stone guardians that have slept through their eternal watch. Spawns a gargoyle every 3 days. Cool. So other than what's spawning on my map, I've got some harpies coming every 2 days from this mountain. And I've got a gargoyle every 3 days from this treasury. The other thing we're obviously going to add is vampires, because awesome. Adds vampires to battles on the tiles around it. Nice. So you can see some of the tiles, some of the things you put down are kind of around the road. Some of them are on the road, and then some of them are just like in random places, which is pretty cool. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we will dump. Let's put the vampires near the beginning. Why not? Okay, let's see what we've got from the treasury. We've got a ring, which does a whole bunch of stuff. It's got regen, counter, defense, pure damage, and we've got a sword, which I think is better than our sword. It gives us defense too. That seems pretty cool. Let's go for that. Okay. We've got a lot of cards. Now, obviously, you don't have to play these cards, right? Nothing's stopping you from just holding on to them. You can just hang out with them if you like. Cool. We've got a lot more cards that can make this more difficult, but I think I'm gonna just be a little wary of putting too much on right now. Because my health is not looking great. I'm imagining to get some evasion, but hey, we got another treasury. That's pretty cool. You start working on that one. Obviously, it has good things, but bad things too, right? Because if I finish it, we're gonna have a problem. So I think let's put this lantern down. I wonder where we should put it. Maybe put it up here, because there's a lot of guys spawning around there. Nice. You later, dude. Don't need that. And we're gonna get to the end of this loop. I guess one of the interesting things about this is as you get to the end of the loop, you've got a decision to make, right? You've got to decide, am I going to try for another loop? And if I die, I'm going to lose 60% of my stuff? Or do I think I have enough health to make it more round one more time? And I guess this is the crux of the game. One more loop, right? Aha. I think this is the harpy. No. What do you mean no? You want to save the world. Do you want to ask for help? Our answer is no. How did you... But why no? We see far away, we see deep inside. For a long time, there's been emptiness instead of the sky, but it doesn't stop us from seeing. Your saving of the world is one-sided and naive. Each person sees their own way to save the world. That's why no one will ever join you. Fine, I don't fully understand it, but tell me your version. How do you see saving the world? By my progeny and kin, may they live and be strong. May they join the cycle of life and death. That is life, that is the world. I will kill you and feed your flesh to my starving younglings, and life will go on. And how many lives can your blade prolong as you kill again and again? Only one. I don't want you to die, and I don't want your children to die of hunger. Please, try to see reason. If my mission succeeds, the harpies can have all the sky and all the hunting grounds they need. I can't feed my children with your beautiful words. Farewell. Fair enough. So that's this harpy. Oh, that's what pauses, right? Okay, when you're in battle, if you hover over stuff, it pauses. So here's a harpy. You can see it has HP, damage, attacks per second, and it's got some stats. Living, has a soul, 20% attack speed. This is undead, but it also has a soul, and those come into play later on. Having souls make a difference. Hey, I might just die right now, and then we'll see what happens when you die, I guess. I'm going to pause that, though, because I just got this, which adds a lot of health, which might just keep me alive. I feel awful. By fixing one evil, I'm causing another. There's nowhere home for harpies except in the highest mountains, and there's no food there. I can't even imagine how they manage to survive in their mountains. If their mountains were cut off from reality. Yeah. Feel bad, bro. Feel bad. What we got? Got some more defense. Do we lose evasion and we get defense? Depends what we want, right? 19 defense? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Because now we've got 19 defense. That's okay. Let's see if we've got anything else that's got defense. Don't think so. Yeah, no defense. Cool. So let's see if we can finish this this loop, and then we'll go back to the camp and show you a bit of that. Back off, human. Vampire, where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I'll be glad to offer it. No more lands, no more flock, only hundreds of years of emptiness. And hundreds of years of hunger. Man, that guy looks a little bit unwell. Save yourself, while you still can. I don't know how long I can keep my head straight. What hundreds of years are you talking about? Your mind is easy to trick, but you can't trick my hunger. It demands its fill. Every sip, every drop of blood will go to satiate it. I'm too weak, but you can help me and I will set this crumbled world right. That's right, I'm doing this not for just myself, but for everyone. In the name of the greater good, so be grateful for my hard work and just let me bleed you dry. Man, that vampire, he's got issues. I think I'm not going to make it run this round, man. Look at my health. It's not looking good. Vampires often owned our lands, they kept the peace and helped our settlements prosper. But this won't do it all. Now they are just pale shadows of their former souls, both physically and mentally. Apparently blood of other creatures can't sustain them. He wasn't joking about the hunger, even the creatures around him were imbued with the power to drain someone else's life. Wow, okay, cool. Oh, I'm not sure why I put that there. I should have gone around there. Never mind. I think this is bad, right? I'm dying. I'm dying pretty quickly. Look at that. I've got like no health left. Yeah, let's do this. Try and slow these guys down. So this is going to reduce the maximum number of enemies we can get, which is cool. Let's have a look. What do we get? That's less. That's less HP, right? That's more defense and other things. Let's do that. Cool. That's got some regen on it. Might be loses 9% vampirism. Let's keep the vampirism. Well, I've actually struggled to get vampirism builds to really work very well, but anyway. Okay. Man, 200 health, 190 health. You can see my health is kind of going back up, down and up, down and up. It's just trying to... Vampirism is helping me out here. Okay, I ended up with more health than I started with. That's pretty good. Okay, let's open the treasury. Woohoo, we got stuff. Nice. Hey, that sword is significantly better. We'll take it. That is not significantly better. Well, it depends if you care about evasion. So maybe if you're doing an evasion build, that'll make sense. We're not. Ow. Ooh, level 6 sword. Yeah. Nice. We'll put this rock down. Okay, we still had around 200 health. Things are not looking great, I must say. Not great at all. Oh, a goblin. Ow, that hurt. Hey, okay, we're ending with more health than we're starting with, so I'll take it. Yep. What we got? Evasion. No, we're not going to take evasion. I mean, we could, you know. This is the toss-up in the game. It's like trying to figure out, okay, which type build am I going to do? What does this do? Hey, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I think we're not going to get past the spiders. Is my guess at the moment. Let's see. Oh no, we actually healed quite a lot then. Ah, it was dawn. That's why we healed a lot. Do you hear the crow going for? I mean, the crow. Cockerel going for it, and we got 50 health. So that was here. You can see the day progressing, right? The other thing you can see is this bar over here, right, with the skull on it. Map completion. So as you do things in the world and place things down, so let me place something just for argument's sake. You can see that that thing moved up, right? So everything you place on the map increases this, and when it gets to the top, you get the bad guy. You get the bad guy right. And we like just managing to keep ourselves afloat here. Cool. Hey, we got an oblivion tile. Will I oblivion? I think I'll oblivion those 4 spiders because that does not sound like it's going to be good for my health. Get a bit more health. Okay, put down some more mounts, get a bit more health. Problem is that caused the other goblin camps. I probably should have killed the goblins. I just wanted to make it to the end of this loop, I think. So let's keep putting down some of these things. Yeah, I think we might make it actually. Only got a few slimes to deal with. Ah, so that was interesting. So you see, my hand is basically full now, and when I got a new card, that card on the left turned into a memory fragment. 10 of them gives you a complete book of memories. Okay, look at that. We may as well put these down, right? We're going to get some items from them. And boom. So, right. So here we are. This is the decision. Do we go back to the camp or do we try one more loop? And eventually, you know, when your life is disappearing into this game, you'll find the answer that it generally is one more loop. In this case, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to go back to the camp so I can show you a little bit about what happens there. So you can see here, when you die, you kind of see the same screen, but you've lost a whole bunch of stuff, right? In our case, because we're at the camp and we're retreating, we get to keep all the stuff we got. So here we go. This is our camp. Can't believe it. Hey, everybody, the boy managed to return. Survivors, does this mean I'm not alone anymore? Where did you come from? Is this still a place without darkness? We don't know where we came from. That, or we can't remember. These few people are all that's left of our group, I think. You're not sure? We're not sure. We reached that conclusion based on the abandoned luggage and leftover daily rations. Each day we see the signs of other people's presence around us, but as far as we know, they don't exist and never did. It's like we forgot them. Got them? Exactly. It's as if people are disappearing every day and we instantly forget they existed. Just like we forget where we came from. And our families. Maybe even our souls. My name is Yota. That I still remember. Everyone else's memories are not much better. That's why I remember so little about myself. Everything is forgotten. But wait, you said I managed to return. That means you remember I was here. Yes, that's why it's so important to us. We saw you leave, but you were gone before we could approach you. Listen, we can't keep wandering this emptiness anymore. There's a campfire here and enough space for a few sleeping bags. A real luxury in these dark times. What do you say? Of course you can stay. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. I want to put everything right. I'm only beginning to remember the world as it was before. But there's no point to it without other people. It's too lonely without them. Remember the world? I don't get what you're talking about. I'm too exhausted. But we'll be glad if you could help us, and we'll be glad to help you. don't ask us to follow you out there. I don't know how you managed to return. But for us, leaving the group is too dangerous. I will ask no such thing of you. For now, I just want you to have a place to return to. A place where I can hear other people's voices. Cool. Okay. Oh, bit more text. We weren't joking about helping you. Here are a few things that survived the cataclysm and don't vanish. Don't become forgotten. Take it. You might need it. Hey, cool. Check. They gave us some stuff. Nice. Cool. Okay. So we've got some statistics. Game time, 28 minutes. Expedition started 1, retreat to camp 2, max number of loops in a single kills, yeah, all sorts of stuff, right, cool, nice. And you can build stuff, right? Hey, cool, so we're going to actually be able to build something, so let's do that so you can see what it looks like. Let's build a kitchen. So that's our campsite, and I guess we can build it anyway. These are where people are sleeping. Once you build enough kind of homes for them, then they don't need this anymore. But let's build it over there. Cool. You know the difference between a good cook and a bad cook? The food made by a cook is tastier, yeah, that makes sense. What, you're waiting for something more elaborate? Sometimes the truth is very simple. Look, I have a cauldron, a hearth, a couple of knives, a bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Nothing special, everything is very simple. But give me a few minutes and everyone in the camp will be running to my table following the tasty smell of good stew. Nice. Okay, so if we go back to Expedition now, you'll see, aha, we've got a few new things, right. So let's go through this. You got the chapter you're on. So this is a modifier to the run that you do, basically, or they call it an expedition, but it's a run. So once you've eventually beaten this dude, you get some other chapters which have different modifiers. I'm playing a class, so later on you get to unlock some other classes, which is pretty cool. There's 3 in total. And you can see he has this equipment available. The other classes are different sets of equipment. And, you know, he does a whole bunch of different things, which is cool. And these are the stats that he can affect. So it's quite cool because he has vampirism, you know, defense, evasion, etc., etc. The other classes have some different things, some common and some different. The other thing to say is you've got a deck up here. So this is the deck of cards we have. We've got 2 new cards. We've got a Blood Grove from making the kitchen, and we've got these Chrono Crystals. Not sure what I did to unlock those, but anyway. The Blood Grove is actually pretty cool. So if you place it next to a grove, basically when you're fighting enemies near it, or surrounding it, they will get charred and they get to 15% health, which is really useful. But so you can build a deck. You can say, hey, I just want to try a fight against vampires. Let's just do vampires, right? You have to have at least 2 in each of these sections for the deck to be viable. If you go below 2, it kind of moans at you. And then you can make different decks and try runs with different things. So I could just go, hey, I'm just gonna go battlefields and blood groves. That's what we're gonna do. And some trees, yeah. Let's do it. So yeah, we could try that. And then, yeah, you start the game and the same thing happens, right? You get a new random loop. You get to fight some slimes. You get some cards, you get some weapons, and the same thing carries on going. I mean, I've got to say, I am very impressed with this game. It is, as far as I can tell, completely unique. If you know of other games that are similar to this, just shout. But as far as I can tell, this is pretty ingenious of the developers and how they thought through all this sort of stuff. The game keeps you on your toes as well. I played it for, I think, about 15 hours now. And it's still interesting. It's still cool. There's still new things to discover, new ways to play. And, you know, you expand your camp quite significantly. You get different levels. And yeah, it keeps you coming back for more. It's really interesting. I mean, it also hangs together really well, I think. It agrees with itself, right? The UI makes sense. The way the game feels makes sense. The graphics make sense. Like, the whole thing fits together as a package really, really well, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. It's a unique take, and it's a unique take that's been done extremely well. So if you want something a little bit different, that's still a roguelike, will keep you coming back for more for a long time, I'd really recommend LoopHero. I'd give it a go. As usual, you know, the game will be in the description. Go and grab it on Steam. It wasn't special when I bought it, so I got it for a really good price. That special probably has finished by now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I have. It's a winner. So yeah, well done to the devs. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one, or in the next loop. Cheers.